This video, I'm going to show you how to actually get, GDP and life expectancy data from, let's say the World Bank website for free. Okay. So basically, we'll be using R Studio and also, let's say, uh, a few R packages for this tutorial. Okay. So packages I'm be using, the first one will be WB states. And this is a powerful package that allows you to get, data. I mean, primarily financial data and macroeconomics data for free. Okay. So you can get pretty much, data from like 1960s to 2023. Okay. So our goal for this project is to get, life expectancy data and also GDP per capita data. Okay. Using this package. Okay. And then, we are going to actually draw a graph using the plot function. If you use ggplot, you can try ggplot as well. So that being said, I think, before I start, I already, tried a few times and make sure, um, I get, the right graph I was looking for. Okay. So that's good news. So first we are going to install package. If you don't know how to install package, you can always type like install packages, right? And then, let's say parentheses. And then let's say WB states, okay? And then parentheses, oops, parentheses, okay? So now, once you install a package, let's say, I assume you never installed this package before. And it's just, run this line and click the, the run button, okay? And yeah, you don't want to restart, okay? So that being said, already install package, and then, I'm gonna run these libraries. And also I install additional package, which is a readr. Actually, I'm going to install both of them in case you want to see how you can, install two different packages all in once. Remember to use a quotation mark, okay? So that being said, I'll just install these two packages. But if you never did it, make sure you do it separately. So you can slow down and see how it goes. And then I'm going to load the libraries. So there's theoretical, since I'm not going to use ggplot for this tutorial, I just load the WB states library and also read our library because I want to see my data sets. Okay. So I'm going to run these two lines. You see, we actually got our uh, library installed successfully. Sorry for the background noise. Actually, now I'm going to turn off my alarm. Okay, so now it's good to go. So now you see, I'm going to actually, get my working directory. Okay. So let's say the purpose doing this is that, let's say if I want to save my document in a folder, I can actually retrieve that document later on. Okay. So remember to use quotation mark. So I have, let's say, uh, uh, a folder named ggplot. I'm going to save that in that folder. Okay. Save the file in that folder. Okay. r/ggplot. Okay. So the variables I'm beginning to use will include two, variables. The first one will be life expectancy. Okay. And you can search this documentary and, or you can Google search, let's say WB states. And let's say, you just want to get, uh, life expectancy. Okay. If you just want to get life expectancy, you see here ChatGPT, let's say Google Gemini also tells you, this is the code for life expectancy variable you'll be using. Okay. You can also, let's say, you can also go to this, you know, uh, package website. It shows you how to get, the code for life expectancy. Okay. So that being said, that's the first step. Now, we also got, the code of the, the variable name that originally shows up in a World Bank, let's say data set. Okay. So if you want to get, GDP per capita, let's say I'm going to search GDP per capita. So that one is, let's say Google Gemini also tells you the answer. Okay. But we want to have, the original documentation. Okay. So come to this website. It shows all of the variable names, right? We have GDP. Okay. We have GDP and we should have GDP per capita data here. It seems that we probably need to go to a second link. Okay. Second link. Okay. So that being said, see here, this is the GDP per capita data. Okay, we just make a copy. Again, I already have my results here. So you see, I can paste it here. Okay. I think we have my indicators ready. Okay. So I'm going to run this line so I can get, this two variables ready. Okay. I can get these two variables ready. Okay. So now I get these two variables ready. So now I need to get, the data frame, okay? So we only need the data for the, the last year, let's say 2022. I heard a year for 2023 not complete, okay? So I'm just gonna get data for 2022. So I run it, you see, I'm gonna get the data and how to prove that I got the data. So I'm gonna insert a different syntax, head, parentheses, data. And then I'm gonna want to see the result on, below, okay? So you see, I have, let's say country name, date, which is actually year, GDP per capita, life expectancy, okay? There's some missing values, okay? There's some missing value. So now, congratulations, you got the data. You can actually download to your Excel spreadsheet, okay? So actually, I'm going to open that data set. You see my ref panel. I'm going to double click. And then the data set is open. Congratulations, right? We have maybe around 200 rules, right? 200 rules. Imagine around 200 countries, right? Data set is ready. That's great. So now we can make our first plot, very simplified plot, okay? So pretty much, life expectancy and, let's say GDP per capita. Unfortunately, this plot doesn't say anything, okay? Because it's just, a group of, dots, and we don't know which dot represents which country, okay? So now we want to make it better. So how to make it better? Again, you guys can Google search, and we want to use a plot function, okay? So we want to use a plot function, and our variables will be data $, life underscore expectancy. And then our next verb we'll be using is data $, GDP per capita, okay? Let's run it. You see, we got it prepared. Okay, so let's say, I don't like this process and I can change to, I usually prefer dots. I think number 16 represents dots. Okay, so let's say you want to use dots, you change it to 16. If you want to have you want to see the official documentation, here I included here. And you can also Google search, which takes you to, this symbol, PCH symbol, plot characteristics, okay? So let's say which kind of shape do you want to use for your graph? You can customize your graph. Let's say you want to have PCH value equals to 8, then you can have stars, right? Let's change it to 8, okay? So now I'm gonna run this again, and I'm going to have stars, okay? And then, let's say you actually now you want to add some labels, okay? Add some labels. This is critical because otherwise you don't know which dot, or which diamond represents, which country as well. So now you see, we are going to add, labels. We use this second line, this function, and we are going to add, the country names, which is the third column of this data set to the graph, okay? Let's run it. And also we can dictate, the color, of the characters. Now it seems to be a mess. If you zoom in, you can see actually, all of the details, okay? So you see United States, life expectancy is close to 80, maybe somewhere close to 70, 75, and then maybe 76 or 77, right? And we also have Iceland, Switzerland, and Norway and Ireland. These countries are pretty much outliers, right? Their life expectancy is close to 85, right? And then we can also see some low-income countries, including, French, Polynesia, and other countries. They have lower GDP per capita. If you look at, y-axis. But if you look at the x-axis, they have longer life expectancy, okay? So now the good news is that you can zoom in, and then you can also publish this graph. Let's publish our graph, okay, to a website for free. And the website I'm using is going to be, let's say, the original, free hosting service offered by RStudio. It's named rpubs.com. So I'm going to click publish, and then it takes me to that hosting website. Okay, congratulations. I think in a matter of 5 minutes, or maybe, 3 minutes, you were able to plot, the relationship between life expectancy and GDP per capita. Okay, so you see, I'm going to, actually have a title here, and then, I'm also going to name my, let's say, my graph, my HTML address. Okay, click continue. Also, I want to have a brief explanation of this graph. Okay, continue. You see, your graph is ready. You see, we got, United States, and we, these countries are pretty much like outliers, right? And also we have countries which have very high GDP per capita and very high, life expectancy. I'm sure you can see Japan here. This is a good example. Relatively intermediate level of, GDP per capita, but very long life expectancy. That's why, when I was talking to my daughter, one day she mentioned, the country she want to move to is actually Japan. Not surprisingly, this country, you can have probably relatively lower income and then decent life. Okay. So that being said, this is my tutorial. And again, so if you want to get, the official documentation for the PCH or the plot function, we pretty much used. And also, let's say, the package, which is WBA states, okay, which gives you opportunity to scrap World Bank, data for free, okay? So again, in a matter of 5 to 10 minutes, we were able to actually, create, this relationship between GDP per capita and life expectancy. And you can definitely use ggplot, or, you can finally definitely, try to download, let's say, the data set to Excel spreadsheet. Now let's say, we want to download our data set to Excel spreadsheet, okay? So we are going to use actual write_CSV function in R, and I'm just going to Google search. You see here, our documentation, right? We're going to use the official documentation, okay? And, let's say we are going to follow their examples, and we are going to just, we're just going to, let's say, make a copy of this example, okay? Make a copy of this example. Let's say I prefer to use the example here, because that's original example, I don't think it has very good documentation, okay? And so I'm gonna make a copy of this, And, definitely, I think you see how it what the result looks like, right? So here, we specify the name of the data set. It's actual data, right? And you see here, if you have your mouse here, the mouse will actually automatically show, the first few columns of the data set on your screen, okay? Now you see here, I'm going to name the data set GDP as in life, okay? .csv, okay? Write .csv function, okay? Okay, congratulations. The data is now saved to your folder, okay? Actually, I'm going to show you where the data set is, okay? ggplot2, ggplot. Where's my ggplot folder? Okay, here. And you see here, GDP underscore life, right? GDP underscore life. And you see here, we have all of the columns, all of the rows, and also, it shows the data for 2022. And then you can definitely, if you prefer to build the graph using Excel or Python, you can definitely do it. And then that will be a different story. It might be simpler or either or maybe more difficult or challenging, more time consuming. It's up to you. Okay. So thank you for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe. And my YouTube channel is, let's say I'm going to show you my YouTube channel here. So my YouTube channel is youtube.com/ and at web data x. Okay, web data x. So you can you can subscribe my channel, and whenever I upload newer tutorials, you get, the first notification. Okay. Thank you so much. And I hope you have a great day. And please, again, so consider subscribing to my channel. And maybe, next time I'll show you how to draw an interactive plot using, the Plotly package. Okay. Thank you.